We are live, guys. I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
Revenue GS.
Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
And we're back with another Bad Batch review. Today we've got episode 13, Infested. And you should be infesting this channel with subscribers because we're on the road to 200k. Be part of the thing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up and the notification bell so you get notified every time we drop fire. What do you man think of today's episode?
Happy Sid's back. Leading the crew. Seeing the skills and that. And it was just one of those where the hell? We get to see her leadership. Obviously someone's taking over her spot and she's not having none of it in it. So it's good to see that even though she understands the whole situation, who she's dealing with, she knew exactly how to approach the mission.
Sam, what you saying?
It's just good to see the Bad Batch being in the forefront. Like Raven was saying, them being on a mission, someone going through the details. In fact, just seeing how they even got to this whole situation in the first place and them being in the middle of it. I'd rather that than
doing Omega missions.
Yeah, because I do understand. I do understand sometimes, or for majority of this season, these guys have just been swept into other people's problems, and that's why I kind of am disliking about this whole season is that they always say, "Why is that our problem? Why is that our problem?" And then someone's like, "Well, what about this and that?" And then suddenly they just do it anyway, which is becoming a recurring thing, which is a bit annoying. But as long as they're in the forefront, that's pretty cool. And what's also annoying as well is that they kind of briefly mentioned a mission they were just on
that we never got to solve.
Yeah. So for me, that wouldn't be a problem if there were loads of episodes like this. Because Star Wars does that where they're like, "Oh, what about this time over here?" And you're like, "I want to see that." I wouldn't mind that if there was more Bad Batch. And they were like, "Oh, they were just on a mission we're never going to see. Cool, that's backstory elsewhere another time." But since they've been sidemen in their own thing, that's annoying.
Yeah, 100%.
Who ran that mission? Was that Thing's mission?
Who? No, that was them.
From Sid again.
Yeah. That was Sid's
mission.
mission.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you 100% hitting it on the head. Like, if they hadn't been sidetracked in their own thing, you wouldn't be upset when they're talking about a mission that they went on that we didn't get to see because we haven't just been seeing enough of them. But I felt like this is one of the stronger episodes. It focuses on the Bad Batch and their issues. I like the inclusion of the Pikes in this because obviously the Pikes are something that we see all over the place. And I love how, like, the Pikes right now in this time are like a unstoppable force. Yeah, like they are at the top of the mafia world right now because obviously we know later on down the line it ain't actually running like that. Like, these men get taken out quite swiftly, but it's good to see them at the height of their powers and see how like they're affecting the universe.
Yeah, I think the really cool thing about it that if you've been around long enough watching Star Wars, like now you're getting to see that side, like raw, like this is where you man were at this particular time, and now obviously with the whole empire changing, you man on the decline, innit? Like, so it was super sick, especially when it came to them lot dealing with Roland, which we was like, oh, that's the guy from before with one horn. So yeah, like I feel that was like one of the highest moments in this episode when his horn got chopped off.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, the thing is, one of the things that still bothered me about the episode is that, like, after we find out that Sid's been vacated from her spot, it's still Omega is still the catalyst to make us go back. And bruv, it would be common sense for anyone to be like, we've been out here helping Hera Syndulla, some random rebel on some random planet
for free.
Yeah, for free, with no relation, just met her. But when it comes to the person who's been putting bread on the table for the last 13, 12 episodes, we're like, no, we're just going to leave the planet.
That's not a problem.
Oh, we're out of it. Do you know, like, it's the maddest thing, bruv. They should have just been like, raw, we're not leaving without finding Sid.
Yeah.
Not even just get into a resolution. Is Sid dead or is she alive? Like, we just need to figure this out. Do you know what I'm saying? But for Omega to have to be the one to be like, no, guys, we can't. Like, that doesn't make sense in this series. But they've been doing this the whole season. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just Yeah, it gets annoying with that. It's just repeated. It's something that we know, but at some point, I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. But I would wish at some point where like the Bad Batch are doing Bad Batch things. But I'm thinking, right? Are you waiting to when it comes to deal with Crosshair for your man to now come forefront? Because anything that has nothing to do with their brother, they're just like on the side.
I think one of the weakest parts of the weakest part of the series is that we're just not dealing with clone issues, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that was even one of the things in season 7 that we thought we was gonna get, like the clones. Do you know what I'm saying? Having to deal with the fact that you man are obsolete now, and now we're with the Bad Batch. They've been pushed. They know what it feels like to be pushed out from the clones already. So them helping the other clones like find a new way in this new world, I felt like would have been a main theme of this series.
Yeah,
and maybe it will be a theme in the latter episodes. Do you know what I'm saying, when we're wrapping things up? But I would hope so.
That's kind of upsetting, because then like we're not gonna have the whole, because they're on the decline. There's this whole thing between are the clones staying or are we getting rid of the clones? Why are we not tackling these things? Like, why is this not on the forefront? Especially with these guys, it's like we always talk about the importance and the relationship of the clones in this world, right? So you have the Bad Batch, who's now like out of that particular space, like you're wanted, but then those in the ranks still are hearing the whispers of what's going on, being sent to side bits and be like, well,
it's so spicy.
This is not it. And now they're starting to feel certain type of way, and also seeing that they're getting pushed to the side as well. Why are we not tackling these things?
Right now, yeah, I don't know why we haven't had full episodes of the clones in the barracks when 200-300 soldiers, human soldiers, are walking in, and we're like, yeah, we're the new, like that there. And the clones are like, oh, so
just
what?
push man aside,
Yes, like, oh, we're done now. Like these man, the clones are now training them man.
And even then, like, imagine like there was a plan to do some scumbaggery that they go take over a planet or something. They make them the frontline
soldiers, and the humans are at the back.
Yeah, so
and then the humans are
sniping them. Maybe.
And the humans are getting the credit.
So they just like collateral damage or something.
Yeah, bro. Like pawns, they're like using them man like pawns, bro. Fam, there's so many deeper levels that I feel like we really could have taken this Bad Batch series and like the whole clone dynamic. And I'm just hopeful that like in the latter episodes maybe we get into it at all. If we don't, I feel like it's a missed opportunity, or maybe it's something they're gonna dive into, or maybe they think it's something that we don't want. Get me? Or maybe you should just email the Cybernerds and we'll handle it for you. But yeah, I mean, have you man got anything else on this episode?
Nope.
Guys, look, this is what you
just
need
one better episode, to be honest.
What you need to do, and to be honest, this is one of the better episodes.
Better.
Guys, jump into the comment section below and let us know what you think about episode 13 of The Bad Batch. Is it satisfying all of your Star Wars Bad Batch clone needs, or is it not? Do you know what I'm saying? Let's be nice in the comments and have a good debate. Other than that, road to 200k, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, share it. If you want to watch us watch Clone Wars, The Bad Batch, the full series, head over to patreon.com/the Cybernerds. There's a tier, it says Sith Temple. You click it, you go in, you get all the Star Wars content early. Other than that, I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds.
Raven the GS.
Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
See you next time.
Peace.